The night sky above the Los Santos desert burned with orange flashes as Iranian fighter jets streaked across the horizon. Their engines roared like thunder, splitting the silence of the barren land. Below, a heavily guarded Israeli military convoy moved along the dusty highway, a top-secret mission meant to transfer advanced missile components to a coastal base. No one expected what was coming. At exactly 2:17 a.m., radar picked up the first blip, fast, low, and silent. Within seconds, chaos erupted. Two Iranian Su-30s broke formation and dove from the clouds, releasing precision-guided bombs that turned the front trucks of the convoy into rolling fireballs. The ground shook as fuel tanks ignited, sending shockwaves through the sand. Israeli escort vehicles immediately opened fire, their heavy machine guns rattling under the pressure. The convoy commander, shouting into his radio, called for air support from a nearby base. "We are under attack, multiple hostiles inbound. This is not a drill." But before reinforcements could arrive, the sound of rotors filled the air, deep, menacing, and close. 3 Iranian war helicopters, modified Cobra attack choppers, swooped in low, hugging the terrain. Their night vision systems glowed faint green as pilots scanned for targets. With a hiss, a salvo of rockets launched, striking the last truck in the convoy and cutting off any chance of escape. Flames licked the sky, and the soldiers inside scrambled for cover. The convoy's defensive drones activated, hovering up and firing anti-air missiles, but the Iranian pilots were ready. With expert maneuvers, they evaded and counterattacked, turning the sky into a deadly dance of tracers and explosions. One helicopter took a hit to its tail, spiraled out of control, and crashed in a blaze, but the other 2 pressed on relentlessly. Meanwhile, inside one of the armored trucks, an Israeli intelligence officer clutched a metallic case, the convoy's true cargo. Inside were prototype energy cells designed to power next-generation laser defense systems. He knew that if these fell into enemy hands, the balance of power could shift forever. He shouted to the driver, "Get us out of here. We can't lose this package." But before they could move, an Iranian fighter swept overhead and unleashed a precision missile that flipped the vehicle onto its side. Dust and smoke filled the air as soldiers crawled out, coughing, weapons drawn. One helicopter landed nearby, its gunner stepping out, not to kill, but to secure the case. The officer fired his pistol desperately, but it was no use. Within moments, the Iranians had seized the case and radioed success. Then, without warning, sirens wailed. Israeli F-16s had finally arrived. A fierce aerial battle broke out, lighting up the sky like fireworks. Missiles crisscrossed the darkness, jets screamed past each other at breakneck speed, and for a few terrifying minutes, the desert became a battlefield of fire and fury. The surviving Iranian jets released flares, evading lock-ons, and began retreating toward the sea. The mission was nearly complete. But as they pulled away, one Israeli pilot locked onto the escaping helicopter carrying the captured weapon. "Target acquired," he whispered, pressing the trigger. A single missile streaked through the night, direct hit. The explosion was massive. The sky lit up as debris rained down, scattering across the desert. The briefcase, now burning, lay half buried in sand, its contents destroyed. Both sides had lost men, machines, and pride. By dawn, the smoke had settled. Israeli ground forces secured the remains of their convoy, while Iranian command celebrated the chaos they had caused. No one truly won that night, but the message was clear: the shadow war between Iran and Israel had just entered a new phase, and Los Santos had unknowingly become the stage for their next great battle. In the distance, a lone drone camera captured the aftermath: fire, destruction, and the cost of power. It uploaded the footage to a hidden network, where millions would soon see it, not knowing whether it was real, a simulation, or the start of something far more dangerous. The world would soon find out.